We live in a continent which paradoxically and ironically is the richest. If you look at Nigeria alone, what does Nigeria not have? Today, when we are asking ourselves what the role of universities are, it is our duty to remind ourselves that Africa will only be great when the continent of Africa and her intellectuals are given their pride of place. Many are the times that I look at the continent of Africa and I look at other continents. I look at the promises that we make to ourselves, and many of the promises that we have made to ourselves in the continent of Africa have been here in Nigeria. Today, as we talk about the role of universities, I am saying that the time is now that African universities must be given the respect that they deserve, that African scholars must be given the respect that they deserve. We are the only continent in the world where academics do not get the remuneration that they deserve, but politicians are multi-millionaires. If Africa is to compete with the rest of the world, Africa must change. And Africa will only change when academics are given the opportunities and compensated in the manner that they should be. We are the only continent in the world that still goes to the slave master to ask the slave master, how can we be better in freedom? Today, Africa cannot feed herself. You in Nigeria, even as you debate with Ghana which jollof rice is better than the other, I suspect that you still import rice. I suspect that you still import tea. I suspect that you still import poultry. I suspect that you still import beef. This must stop. It must stop, and it will only stop when the universities such as the University of Ilorin begin to engage in agriculture that is going to unlock our potential. For too long, we in the continent of Africa believe that that which is ours is not good enough. For too long, in the continent of Africa, we labor under the misguided belief that we have to be acknowledged by others. You imagine what Nigeria can do in research. You imagine what Nigeria can do in the health sector. You imagine what Nigeria can do in mining. You imagine what Nigeria can do in the blue economy. You imagine what Nigeria can do in the development of the youth. You imagine what Nigeria can do in artificial intelligence. You imagine. And stop lamenting. One of the things that we do in Africa, and if there was a gold medal in that regard, Africa would win on a daily basis. Lamentation. Agonization without organization. The time is now for this university, and as we look at education, as I talk to you now, Africa is at crossroads. We are asking ourselves, which road should we take? And permit me a little latitude. Because as I speak to you now, Africa is crumbling. If you doubt me, look at what is happening in Sudan. They do not have the luxury of celebrating an anniversary in Khartoum. They are fighting, killing each other. The worst humanitarian situation in the world as I speak. Central African Republic is in crisis. Southern Cameroon, they have not gone to school for the last 3 years or more. Guinea-Bissau, a coup d'etat yesterday. Eastern Congo. Africa is at crossroads. But that is not to say that there are no good things happening in the continent of Africa. There are. There are good things happening in Mauritius. There are good things happening in Little Seychelles. There are good things happening in Namibia. There are good things happening in Botswana. There are good things happening in Rwanda. But they are too small to have the impact that Nigeria would have. 1 out of every African is a Nigerian. And I've said it and I'm saying it again. When you go to any part of the world and you do not find a Nigeria, run away. Because Nigerians know where to go, and wherever they are outside of Nigeria, they create a great positive impact. And I'm suggesting to this audience here at Ilorin, that your duty is beyond celebration to go out there and make this celebration be the beginning point or the impetus of what Nigeria can be. The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is represented here. The representative of the President of the Federal Republic, go out and tell the President